Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to our Essen 2019 coverage. In a few weeks, we're going to be doing our top 10 anticipated games from the Spiel Fair at Essen 2019. But I thought I'd take a look at expansions that are coming out at the fair. There are many expansions for games that are coming out, and there's some great ones. And I thought, I assume they're great. A few of these I've already played or messed around with. But many of these I'm just really looking forward to. This is a personal top 10, obviously. These are ones that I think are exciting and I think you should check out. Number 10 is the Rajas of the Ganges Goodie Box 1. I don't know if this is necessarily quote-unquote an expansion, just more stuff. Rajas of the Ganges is one of those games that a lot of people haven't talked about or played, but it's really fantastic. As you use dice and workers to just go, you're moving 2 tracks around the board, a money track, a reputation track, and when they cross, you win. It's really kind of a fascinating idea, and there's been different promos made for the game. This gathers all those promos together and adds more stuff. Number 9, Pursuit of Happiness Experiences. So, Pursuit of Happiness is an interesting game in which you are trying to have a happy life. In this one, you have dreams. These are things that you want to do. What it is going to let you do is it takes a card and store it for later. I like the idea of that. Someday, I want to have this great job. Great. Someday, I want to have a Ferrari, I guess. And so that's a neat thing, and so I'm really looking forward to see how this changes the game. Number 8, War Chest Nobility. This is one I have played. I really like War Chest, the abstract strategy game. This adds 4 more units. And by the way, everything in this expansion fits in the base box, which is good. This adds 4 more units. They're kind of support units. It also adds some more, decrees, things that change up the game a little bit. This is not a huge expansion, but adds just enough variety that you can add it to the original and have a lot of fun. Number 7, Newton Great Discoverers. Now this adds, there's 2 modules in this. There's 30 action cards, discovery tiles, more stuff in this game. Newton is another one of those games that it has pretty much no theme at all. It's almost like a point salad game, do various things to get points. But to have more content for this game is something I'm really excited about. Number 6 is Through the Ages, New Leaders and Wonders. Well, the name of this pretty much tells you everything that's in this expansion. It's more leaders and more wonders of the world. That's fantastic. Through the Ages is one of the greatest civilization games of all times. To have more leaders, one of the problems with Through the Ages, not necessarily a problem, is there's only so many leaders in the game. There's many, many, many leaders throughout history, but so now the fact that they added some more, this is something I'm sure must go through some extensive play testing that have this stuff so it doesn't overbalance the game, but I'm excited to see what these are. Number 5, Tokyo Highway Cars and Buildings. Tokyo Highway is a dexterity game where you're building a highway. It looks like popsicle sticks as you build them, and you're crisscrossing and trying to cross over other things, and then you put cars on them. What this does is it adds some more buildings for it, but it adds different kinds of cars. Tokyo Highway was already a very pretty game. I think this is going to up the ante on that and just add a little bit of extra to the game. Number 4 is the Pitch Car expansion number 7, The Loop. I have 4 of these. They're fantastic. It's basically, if you play pitch card, a flicking game, this is essentially, it lets you curve, it lets you loop, it lets you twist. What's really neat is it's like made out of some bamboo or something, and it's fantastic. I really like them. Now, I will say this, the loops, you really have to flick hard to get through them, and there's a few things that it shows you in the demo, and I'm like, I don't know if the car will stay on the track. But there's still hills, all kinds of things that I have tested it out with, and it works really well. Number 3 is Dice Settlers Western Sea. Dice Settlers is a really fun game. As you pull dice from a bag, you roll them, you use them to explore and on a land. This adds several modules. It gives you leaders with kind of a asymmetric start to the game. There's a sea where you can go out with ships and explore and find big treasure dice that have multiple things on the side. There's, I think, 4 different modules in the game, and it adds an extra player if you so desire. I don't, but the other modules are pretty neat. Number 2 is Underwater Cities, New Discoveries. Now, of all the expansion on my list, I can find the least information about this one. I know that there's going to be double-layer boards where you can put the stuff in. That's fantastic. And there's green metropolises, and there's more stuff for the game. This is one of the ones that I'll be the first to go check out because I'm curious. I know that If you can't get to Essen and you're interested in this, Rio Grande said that they will be bringing their version of it will be coming to the States in just a few weeks later. So that's exciting. And then number 1, Terraforming Mars Turmoil. I feel like Terraforming Mars has enough expansions, and yet every time they show a new expansion, I'm like, ooh, let me in, and I want to see what this is. More corporations, yes. Global events that will change things, and then a committee that talks about it. But it looks like there's a ton of cards. And the scuttlebutt that I've been hearing is that this is the coolest expansion yet for this game and adds a lot of really neat things. I love Terraforming Mars. I'm always interested in new stuff for it. This is going to add that in spades. Those are my 10 expansions I'm looking forward to. There's some really cool ones that I probably haven't mentioned. Tell me about those in the comments below. I'm Tom Vasel, and these are my top 10 expansions I'm interested in coming out at the Essen Fair 2019.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.